And I think what was really interesting about that whole experience was the fact that it wasn't perfect. It wasn't it wasn't ready by most standards, but it was time. Like we were able to just launch, kind of build the parachute as we went along, and we continue to evolve the infrastructure that supports us. We continue to try to find ways to make it better.
Welcome to At Home with Melissa, where we have intimate conversations with entrepreneurs. And today I have the honor to be sitting with Blair and Brandon Dottin-Haley. I'm excited.
Hey, we are too. Thank you so much for having us.
Such a blessing. Yes. So great to see you.
No. I'm excited. So I'm just going to read a quick little bio. Okay. Blair and Brandon Dottin-Haley, also known as the Blairisms, launched a lifestyle movement in 2016 with the intention of spreading messages of inspiration, laughter, and reflection, and celebrating Blackness.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Today, they use their platform to produce educational activations, informative, inspiring, and entertaining programming for people of all ages. Erica Alexander coined them brand activists because of their passion for celebrating Black culture and commitment to using the Blairisms brand as an agent of change. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. We definitely need you.
Oh, here it's so interesting hearing that. I'm like, oh, wow, we do be doing stuff, huh?
Yeah, we doing stuff. Yes, y'all be doing stuff that we need. We definitely need. So, all right. So before we get into it, just got one question.
Okay.
What is your current season that you feel like you're at in life? And we talked a little bit about this before we started filming.
I will say, for me, it is transition. I'm turning 40 in a few weeks.
Okay.
My father actually just passed recently. So transitions this year feel like the best way to describe it all. I'm just going through a whole lot of rediscovery, new experiences. I feel like I'm seeing the world as a whole new person.
I love that. Love it.
It's interesting. He said transition. The first word came to my head was pivoting. I think, being an entrepreneur is such a non-static way of living, meaning there's a lot of uncertainty around entrepreneurship. And so I feel like since becoming entrepreneurs a decade ago, we just celebrated the Dottin-Haley Group's
congratulations.
anniversary. Thank you. And we'll be celebrating the Blairisms brand's 10th anniversary this December.
Wow,
so this is the 10th year of both of the kind of umbrella companies that we started. And so we're always in flux, and that's both in flux of like figuring it out, but also new opportunity, right? And so, I would say pivoting and transition and flux.
I like that.
Yeah, it's being fluid. Yeah, I think we're really learning more than anything since transitioning to New Orleans 2 years ago, how to move with the flow of things.
New Orleans will get it out.
New Orleans is, it's a dynamic city. It's been an extraordinary experience. And I think that we're really just trying to learn how to navigate all of the different things and manage all of the different things that you mentioned. Because,
I know, I'm an entrepreneur, so I know flux. I like that. And definitely it takes a lot of faith.
Yeah.
Oh, definitely. God, you always have to rely on the thing that got you to the moment that you're there already. And remember that you've seen worse than you're looking at right now and made it past it.
Right.
Yeah. I talked to my mom this morning and I said, one conversation at a time, one day at a time, 10 seconds at a time, however you need to get through and just get to the next step of your journey. Just take it. Just take it. Just take your time.
Just do it. All right. So one more question before we get into the depth of everything. All right. So most entrepreneurs are called into their work. Was there a moment where you knew that there was no turning back in that 10 years?
I don't know if there is a no turning back moment. I think that there are times where I've been like, I could never go back. And then there are times where I've been like, Lord, I want to leave my work at work. Right? One of the things I think people forget is that when you transition from a 9 to 5 sort of life, you transition to a 24-hour life.
Yes.
Right? Being an entrepreneur doesn't mean meaning that you're your own boss that means you're always at work, right?
Mhm.
Because if you're not thinking about it, nobody is, right? When you go to work and clock in for somebody else, if you're homesick, your tasks might be held off. But if you have to go, they're gonna put somebody else in that spot and they're gonna keep going. If one of us is not thinking about the business or working on the business, nobody else is.
Right.
And so, like, really, I would never say to someone, don't ever go back if you feel like that is what is necessary for you to do at the time.
Right.
Yeah,
I agree.
I think, what's interesting that you say that, because I don't even really see it as going back. I think that what we all have to recognize is that along our journey, we can take leaps, we can take risks, and we can create opportunities for ourselves and also go work with other people to help them advance their opportunities. I think that there isn't an either or. It doesn't have to be an either or, right? Like, just because I go to work with some other organization doesn't mean I'm not an entrepreneur anymore, because I'm still going home from that job and on the computer till 3 a.m. making designs, making graphics, or making products. So I think that when people find and figure out how to navigate that flow, that balance, and create that balance for themselves just so they can sustain themselves. Because really what we're talking about is just navigating capitalism.
Right.
Like, all of this, all we're trying to do is just navigate capitalism.
Do what you gotta do.
I would never say,
No, never.
turn it back.
Yeah.
When the bills are due,
Maybe we all need healthcare. We need
what you have to do to make it work.
Oh, yeah. When I first got into real estate, I was working full time for 2.5 years.
Mhm.
So I did what I had to do.
Yeah. I mean, and that's one of the things that, as you were saying, that one of the things I realized is, even though we've been on this journey together, he has done something that I have not, in working a full-time job and working full-time on our business. The year after we started these companies, I left my job and have been full-time working on he just now, this May will be his 3rd year just full-time working with me. But the 7 before that,
he was working
doing double duty.
Wow.
I mean, extraordinary.
Yeah.
I mean, and could not have done any of this without him, right? Without what he put into this, as he was also navigating another full-time job, that the income from that helped us to invest in what we were
stability
doing.
while
And
you're doing
and his own brilliance and ingenuity and creativity and all of the things that he's invested that weren't monetary into it. So I'm grateful.
Yeah.
For him being
good teamwork.
Able to do both of those things.
Teamwork. All right. So let's get into it.
Yeah.
We not into it already?
We into it, but let's get deeper into it. So when you launched Blairisms in 2016, did you know you were building a brand, or did you realize you were building a moment?
No. One of the things that I often tell people, because I think, at least I thought, in the lessons that I growing up, you think that that all of your ideas or all of the great things that you're going to do in the world are going to come from you from the inside out. And I've often said to people, be on the lookout for seeds to be planted by other people, because you never know what seed could be planted by another person that you need to then water, grow, and harvest from. And so in 2016, I was on a trip to LA, happened to be on a classmate of mine from Xavier's birthday. Shout out to Courtney Danclair. Happened to be on her birthday. I saw it on Facebook and hit her up. Was like, "Oh, I'm about to land in LA. Let's get together for lunch." Well, we're sitting at lunch and she says, "I've been working on apparel from Africa and I've been getting material and I really want to get it out there. And social media is an avenue that I really want to engage." And so as we're talking, she says, if you took those things that you say on social media all the time and put them on t-shirts, you'd have something there. And I said, I've been told put that on a shirt before, but I always saw that as a compliment, not a directive. When she said it, I saw it as a directive. And so I immediately went to Facebook and made a post that says, how many folks would buy a t-shirt from the Blairisms t-shirt line? I put my phone down, I ordered us a round of drinks, and 20 minutes later when I picked the phone back up, the comments and the post had gone. I mean, everything from drop the link to my favorite was someone who had gone and found a quote from me that they wanted on a shirt, put it in the comments and said, I want this one in a black medium V-neck.
What?
Yeah.
Okay.
The day I asked if people would buy one, there were people who were like, yes, I need this one. And so I called him that night and said, yeah, so we got to do this.
Yeah.
We got to do this. And then when I got home, because we were both, he was working full time, so he couldn't be with me on that trip. I got home and I'm like, so let's go. And he's like, oh, you mean right now? I said, oh, no, right now. So that conversation happened December 7th. I got home maybe the 9th.
Okay.
I woke up on maybe like the 11th and I told him, I said, December 26th is our launch date. He said, that's
it's like in 2 weeks.
It's like in 2 weeks. I said, no, I know. He said, but in retail, you're supposed to, the Christmas holidays, that's your sweet spot. You're not supposed to launch after the holidays. I said, listen, God done already told me this the date. I don't know what to tell you. This is the day we need to go for. That's the date. That's our launch date.
Okay.
And we launched that day.
Yeah, no, and it was hilarious because we were still like, you can go back and watch the live on Facebook from that launch date and see and probably see me in the background, like on the computer trying to like change prices on products. Like we were still building the website at the time that he had decided we were launching. We didn't even have our samples in yet. And I think what was really interesting about that whole experience was the fact that it wasn't perfect. It wasn't ready by most standards, but it was time. Like we were able to just launch, kind of build the parachute as we went along. And we continue to evolve the infrastructure that supports us. We continue to try to find ways to make it better and to reiterate, to give ourselves, room to grow. At the same time, I mean, if we hadn't launched then, we could still be working on it to this day. And I think that
is relative. Ready is relative.
Yeah.
Right?
You're never totally.
There's going to be something else that you can do to make it better.
And I'm a perfectionist. Like I'm very anal retentive about the details, the little things. And Blair's like, no, that's good. Let's go. And so
as you go, more is gonna unearth that you're gonna have to fix, that you're gonna have to adjust, that you have to redirect.
Yeah.
But if you sit and wait to even get started, you may, because life is going to be coming.
You can keep thinking about it.
You keep thinking about it. What are we waiting for?
Right.
Yeah.
We might not be here next year.
Right.
We're waiting for to put this idea out.
Right.
To your question about, like, did we know that we were creating a brand or a movement even? I think no, because we were really just kind of following inspiration.
Yes.
And I think what we know about each other is that we are good people. We're great people. We're talented. We're smart. We're capable. And we know that well intended, right?
I like that. Okay.
And if we try to do something, it may be successful. It may be a learning experience for us on how to pivot and do something different.
Either way,
it's going to be what it's going to be. And we are doing the best that we can to make sure that we continue to lead with integrity, that we lead with authenticity and with the desire to make our community better, to make ourselves, our lives better, to just help people.
Well, it's also about what you settle on as your definition of success. And for me, I truly believe, and I'm not a really religious, Bible-thumping person. I do know the word, but I don't beat people upside the head with it. But one of the things that I do try to live by is this idea that if I touch one life as I move along, and my living is not in vain. And so as we endeavor to make the world a better place, to thrive and grow ourselves and to make our community better, for me, as we were talking about Lundygrad before we came on, it's not for me necessarily about becoming this big, being able to fill a stadium, right? It's really about if one person or 10 people or 15 people or 30 people or 1,000 people their lives are better or touched or inspired by something that we've done, then
success.
God is good.
Success. That's right.
And that's success.
Right. That's right. So just a quick question. What's one of your top t-shirts quotes?
Black people, I love
Black
you.
people, I love you.
Yeah, I had that on Mardi Gras Day. It's one of my favorites to wear just because I think we as Black people need to be constantly reminded of how great we are and how much love we have within us and for each one of us. And I think there's, as we live in a society that constantly reinforces this idea that Blackness is a negative, I think that specific design for me counters that and celebrates who we are as people. Just we lovers.
Black people, I love you.
It was something that I've been putting on Facebook. It was, again, this brand was started from that idea of like take the quotes that you say on Facebook and put on shirts. And right after the murder of George Floyd, we were having a morning meditation, and I said to Bay, I said, we need to put this quote on a shirt, on a mask, and maybe 3 or 4 days later, the design that had gotten picked up by the Huffington Post as one of the 13 brands to support during the resistance, as they were calling it in the June. What happened to the resistance, America?
It's still happening, actually. Y'all can still support.
Yeah. But the impetus was the need to be very direct about the love that we have for Black people and Blackness. And so that is what I would say is probably become the...
Love that. Yeah. I love that. We need to hear that.
Yes.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. Yeah. All right. So what's the biggest lesson entrepreneurship has taught you about turning your purpose into profit? And we talked about it. Yeah. I think we tipped on it.
Yeah, integrity. I mean, I think, as we mentioned on the front end, navigating capitalism will test your integrity. It will set the boundaries, your resolve. And I think that for us, just making sure that we're constantly leading with this, with our integrity as at the fore, right? We want to do well. Yeah, we don't say we want to do well. We want to do well for ourselves, but at the same time, our goal isn't to, diminish anyone else's shine.
The goal
to
is
do
to
that.
Lift as you climb, right? And so, really taking that as the intention in every endeavor, right? How do we both climb? Because that's we want to do that for our own lives, but how do we continue to lift others while we are doing that? And so figuring out that, and entrepreneurship has taught me that it takes intention to do that. Like it takes deliberate thought, consideration, into effort to do that.
Effort. Yeah, one more time.
Effort to do that, and humility. That doesn't happen by happenstance.
Yeah, it's interesting because as we were talking, I was really thinking about, and that's why I said humility, because I think a lot of times we see opportunities that come to us as an opportunity for us, and I don't think that we often or always consider that this may be an opportunity for someone we know, and it was just brought to us to be a conduit. And I really want. And again, a part of it is navigating capitalism, right? This is a dog-eat-dog world where a lot of people operate in scarcity. And I really want more people to find space, as we're still trying to find that space to I'm saying, like, give the opportunity to the person who was either more appropriately suited for it or who would be able to benefit from it in a way that you don't need to anymore.
Yeah, that's why y'all are well-intended. Well-intended. Yeah. I love it.
Because, and to that point, I miss this idea that it's an even better thing than being on stage yourself is making a stage for someone else, right? This idea of preparing and making a stage for someone else is one of the things that I appreciate about my journey as starting as a performer and now being a producer and a performer is that often I have to make the decision about whether or not I'm the person that should be in front of the camera, right? We did a project or someone else. We did a project recently, a podcast docu-series that we're doing we produced with Apple. And when it was time to do the voiceover for the introduction, Bay was like, "Oh, you should just do that." Bay, I said, "Oh no, that's not me. That's Sonny Patterson. That's some voice that needs to be doing that." And so it's this idea, though, that even though I could have done it, it would have been I'm sure it would have been fine.
Mm-hmm.
I am a son of New Orleans, and so my voice would not have been, but my producer hat said, no, you would be fine, but even better if that person. So really, you have to, again, that's a part of humility and recognizing the camera doesn't always have to be on you, even though it could be.
Even though it could be. And we didn't touch into that, how phenomenal of a performer you are as well.
He do be saying
phenomenal.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been blown away seeing you perform. Wow.
That means a lot to me.
Yeah.
I got asked this weekend by an extraordinary performer who I think I want to start taking vocal lessons from. Berkeley, Franklin Davis.
Okay.
And when we were talking, and I told him I'd never had a vocal lesson. He was like, I'm sorry, what? He said, you've never had? I said, no. I said, everything I learned in my bedroom singing into a remote. I just kind of figured out my voice and what I could do and what I can't do. And so I'm excited to actually get some formal training to see what else I can do. So thank you for that.
Oh yeah. So we're looking forward to that. I mean, you're already phenomenal. So I'm like, hey,
that was news.
We're gonna go up a notch. We're going up another notch.
Right.
Okay. We'll be on the lookout.
Let's.
You know what? In the words of the great Jennifer Lewis, sometimes you gotta throw a high kick in there to show them, you still got it.
Let them know I got even more in me.
Yeah. So
I love it. Love it. All right. So at what point does a brand become a responsibility? Because I think you guys have become a responsibility.
I would say on day one, before, as you're conceptualizing, this is leading with integrity and intention.
Well intentioned.
Yeah.
You have to. Yeah. No, I agree. I think the moment you are conscious that you are influencing someone else, and that if you take seriously the impact that you may have or whatever it is that you're putting out into the world may have on them, then there's the responsibility is kind of baked in. I had this conversation with a famous friend of ours who did not see their social media as a responsibility. And I had to say to them, not with 2+ point something million followers, you absolutely are responsible for what you tweet, for what you post, because you are in front of a bigger microphone. Now, this is what people have to understand. That may not be what he considered fair, right? Well, just because I have it's not, life ain't fair. It just is.
And now when you carry that sort of responsibility.
And here's the thing, you didn't ask for it, but you didn't turn it away. And so because you have it, you have it, right? And the responsibilities that come along with having it, you have to accept whether you ask for them or not.
To whom much is given, much is required.
And the requirement, they didn't say permission. They said we had to get your permission to require it. It just is required.
It's a requirement. And you're an influencer, so you have to be responsible for the people that you influence.
Yeah, and I think to the earlier point, we should all be aware of the influence that we have on the people within our lives and within our space. And that's the people in your house. Everybody. That's like everybody. Because
you on social media.
Because I think
everybody attached to you.
Exactly, right? Because I think parents, you should be responsible. If you're not in front of thousands of kids, you got 2 kids, you're still responsible for what how you influence them and the lessons that they learn from you, and then go out into the world and behave as a reflection of you.
And so the other thing, I can't, as I'm looking at the wall here and reflecting on my own, we're not
Isn't it
far from my
powerful?
grandmother's street in this city. You're also responsible for the people who came before you when you're walking around in this world. You're responsible for your ancestors. You're responsible for the folks who poured into you and who gave you life and gave you sustenance and who gave you opportunity. You're responsible to all of them. We just lost Dr. Francis yesterday. Someone who poured and poured and poured into not only Xavier, his family, but just poured into people and into community and into the country and into the world. And so in order to honor him, right, what does Maya Angelou say? When I show up, I got all of y'all with me.
That's
you
right.
have to show up in the world with everybody with you all the time.
That's right.
And move in a way, and it's the irony of Dr. Francis passing. Last week, I was a part of an article that Essence magazine did on the 100th anniversary of Black History Month, in tandem with the 100th anniversary with Xavier's centennial last year. And what I said in that article is that I strive to live my life in a way that would make folks like Dr. Francis proud.
Mm.
So
The irony.
there it is.
The irony. Yeah.
I mean, it really, hopefully for everybody who can hear my voice, it should hopefully just come down to integrity, right? Whether are you helping someone or are you causing harm? And I think if you are saying something out loud to, and other people can hear you, take that same thought with you, right? Am I causing harm or am I speaking with integrity?
That's right. That's right. All right. So I got one more question for you guys before we get into our rapid fire, which is my favorite.
All right.
All right. Have you ever felt pressure to perform a version of yourselves that would get you more popularity? And what did you choose to do instead?
Ooh. You know, it's hard in a world. I mean, we're talking about capitalism and entrepreneurship. I mean, it's interesting because entrepreneurship is a word born out of capitalism. There have been lots of times where we have been given choice, where we've had to make choices about whether or not we participate in something, create something based on something. There have been times like where people say, "Oh, you got to make a shirt about that.
Put this on a shirt.
Put this on a shirt." And people are gonna buy that, and I'm like, "That's not my thing."
Topical events specifically. Yeah.
Even if I would have done it and it would have made us, like, people would have bought it, it would have flew off the shelf. Yeah. But if it's not my thing, if it's not something that I feel is
good
or aligns, or it's even alignment, it's not even necessarily about the value judgment of it. It's about the alignment of it, right? It might not even be that this is a bad thing for me to put out. It's just not aligned with who I am or where I'm going. So even though it might be lucrative, it's not in alignment. And so that has been a very, because the bills are due, everybody. And so just know that when we put something out, it's really with the intention and integrity of the alignment to who it is we are and what it is we want to put out into the world. Because there's lots of ideas that I've been given that I know would be lucrative, but it's just not our thing.
It's not our brand.
It's just not our brand.
Yeah.
I love that. So choosing to be you.
Yeah.
You have to. You got to bet on yourself to win.
Absolutely.
Always.
And here's the thing. I worked in the retail industry for international brands, and they will encourage you to put your integrity to the side for profit, right? Like, I mean, I've had to let people go that I didn't want to because of, got to cut payroll, or they just don't fit the image of this brand, right? Like, and I think that there are moments where we were creating this, we were like, that's not who we are. We want to make sure that everybody can feel like they can be a part of this space that we're creating, and find something that celebrates who they are as a person or speaks to what they want in the world or what messages that they want to share with the world.
Thank you for that. So, all right, this is my favorite part. Rapid fire. Okay, so what we're gonna have you do is pick a category, pick a number between 1 and 5, and we're gonna ask you a few rapid questions from that category.
I'm a March baby, so 3. Yes.
3, I love it. I love that, love it.
Yeah.
March baby. All right, so 3 is business, money, and mindset.
Okay.
All right.
Well, we just finished talking about
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. All right.
All
right, so what's the smartest risk you ever took?
Starting the Blairisms and the Dottin-Haley group.
Yes.
Starting the consulting firm and the brand in the same year was probably the smartest entrepreneur.
So real quick, this is off, topic, but what businesses do you guys?
Okay. So to run,
I need to know that.
All right. So here, I always tell people, go to Dottin-Haley.com. That'll give you an idea of the different things that we have done and are doing. But right now, we currently have the Blairisms clothing brand.
Okay.
Dottin-Haley, or the Dottin-Haley group, which is our consulting firm.
Strategic planning to program development digital media
production. Yes, and then there's Dottin-Haley Media, which does production and hosting. Did I say Dottin-Haley Publishing? Because we also have a whole book out in the world that we would highly recommend everybody go check out. It's called First Flight. You can get it at Blairisms.com.
Okay.
And then there is a new venture that we actually have been toying around with in the event production space. But just keep an eye out for more things, because we've got lots of ideas. We have a photo booth rentals. Yeah. We just started. So yeah, I'm building that up. Because it started out because I actually had a concept of outdoor party. Think like a pop-up party. So a club that you can take anywhere and just like set it up anywhere and let's go. And so I've started to acquire equipment, and we're now renting it out until we get the whole thing up. So just keep an eye out for some more things coming from us. The bills are coming. Yeah, but we also, this is one thing that we talked about a lot on our award-winning digital talk series, the Savage Chat series. Yes, it did win several awards. But no, what was really fun about that show was the celebration of the range of Blackness. And we talk a lot about the fact that we all have a little savage, a little classy, a little bougie, and a little ratchet within us. And so for us, the ways that you see us show up in the world from a business perspective, I mean, even personally, it's an expression of the range of who we are as people. So we like to have a good time. If you ever come by our place, we
I've been.
We have a good time. You know what I'm saying? So for us, all of the things that we do in the world, businesses that we create, are reflections of the expressions of who we are as people, and the many different facets.
All right. So what's one mindset shift that changed your income?
Shifting from as a Gen X, I grew up learning or being told you go to school, you get a degree, you get a job, you move up in that company, you work for the same person for 30, 40 years, and then you retire. Shifting my thoughts around that as the only or the most viable way to success, to progress, to what have you, has been the most lucrative thing. I have been so much more successful by the standards of, money, what have you, after I stopped being into this like 9 to 5 and had to work. So I think one of the things the way I tell people who are like, how do you leave a job that you're making 60 grand a year, 70 grand a year? I said, because you could possibly go get 2 clients that'll pay you that much or more.
Like you say, God bless you.
God
bless you. Thank y'all so much. I'm just so happy to sit here with y'all.
Oh, thank you.
I met you guys recently.
Yeah, not been that long.
Yeah, not that long ago. I came to a party at your house, and your energy is just amazing. So thank you. Thank you. So where can they find you? Because y'all have so many amazing products.
Yeah, go to Instagram, The Blairisms, Blairisms. As a matter of fact, if you search The Blairisms, Google, anywhere, it'll take you to us. And if you go to our link tree in any of our swips, it'll give you, everything from the store to his book to our piece in the Smithsonian to
everything,
all of the things.
All the things that you guys do.
All the things.
Yes.
All the things.
So thank you.
Thank you.
Blair and Brandon Dottin-Haley.
Thank you so much.
Thank y'all for being here. I look forward to everything you're doing.
Space for people like us and others to not only tell, share their stories, but also for the people out there who may be inspired by, who may learn something, who may pivot, who may
go buy my book at Blairisms.com.
Chief Marketing Officer.
Yes, clearly.
You
got to put it out there. Hustle. Exactly. The hustle.
Yeah.
Thank y'all so much.
Thank y'all for tuning in. And remember, go check them out. And we see y'all at the next one.
Peace, y'all.